though they came from the same Muslim country. Ironically, this man's tendency to push me past my comfort zone was what got me started in the career and job which actually led me to my twin flame. In a further twist, I met my twin flame on the day of our 5th anniversary. Meeting him, as you can imagine, was like being pulled into another dimension. I went from complete desperation into a world of love, hope and validation in an instant. Everything about me finally made sense as I saw my true self reflected back in his eyes. I knew immediately what a lie my life had been and how I had been selling myself short all these years. Within days, after an entire night spent walking around Paris with my twin, I went home and tried to end the relationship. Just like so many times before, it ended up in a fight. The weeks that followed were both the best and worst times of my life. I was spending every possible moment with my twin while simultaneously being forced to deal with my boyfriend's emotional displays, ranging from angry, threatening and violent to suicidal, depressed and deeply distraught. I didn't want to tell my twin how difficult I was finding it all. After all, it should have been a no-brainer: abusive codependency or true love and freedom? Looking back, my twin probably thought I was choosing between him and my boyfriend. However, this was never the case. I just didn't know how to deal with the guilt or my boyfriend's pain without wanting to fix it. I kept agreeing to see him, trying to help, and suffered physical, mental and emotional abuse on several occasions because of it. He even kicked down the door of my rented property in a rage. Yet even when I called the police terrified of what he'd do to me, I was the one who felt guilty. Although my twin knew about the incident with the door, I avoided telling him the full extent of my troubles. Being with him made all the bad things just fade away, and I didn't feel like the relationship with my boyfriend was anything that he would or should be concerned about. I naively thought that I had a lot of time to let my boyfriend go smoothly, and that at the end of it I would be free to pursue this new reality with my twin. As friends, lovers or whatever. How wrong was I? Unfortunately, pretty much as soon as my boyfriend took a step back, my twin jumped back too. It was unexplainable as we had been joined at the hip for weeks. Now, however, I was suddenly at the bottom of his priority list. Little did I know my twin flame, who had told me he was separated from his wife when we met, was also struggling with his feelings of guilt regarding leaving his marriage. He too was dealing with suicide threats and emotional blackmail. He ended up giving me a whole speech about how we were just friends, with everything else being an added bonus, and how his duty was to his wife. I understood him and his situation 100%, since it was not dissimilar to mine, yet instead of bringing us closer it pulled us apart. He blamed me for having expectations, and I accused him of denying our connection. One day, he turned to me and said, "If only it was as easy as having magic wands to fix each other's issues, you'd fix mine and I'd fix yours." Yet somehow, even in the midst of trying to fix others, we knew this was not how our connection was wired. Before I could really address the growing distance between us, his wife arrived for a visit and I pulled back, out of respect and hurt. I ended up running and blocking him, unable to deal with the mixture of rejection, loneliness, heartbreak and soul-searing pain coming my way. I no longer recognized myself. This grief-stricken, sobbing emotional wreck of a woman was not me. I just wanted to feel normal again. After a few weeks spent gasping for air like a fish out of water curled up on the floor of my Parisian basement flat, I began attempting to grab hold of anything that could pull me out of this hellhole, and it was my boyfriend who held out his hand. As crazy as it sounds, he reminded me of how uncomplicated my unconscious pre-twin life had been, how easy it had been not having to face myself and not having every dysfunction in my life cruelly highlighted to me. All I wanted was to forget all the pain. Eventually I reasoned that I might as well return to what was familiar to me, that is my relationship with my boyfriend, because no matter how toxic, it was also predictable and safe. He wasn't perfect, but we had a lot of history, and he had been the only thing that kept me from going insane during the darkest days of feeling the loss of my twin. I reasoned with myself that this is what love is: attachment, taking care of each other, needing each other, compromise. I knew that if the immense love that I had just experienced for my twin could not pull me away from my desperate situation, then nothing and no one could do it. With it gone, so were my dreams. The truth was that the person I thought would be my savior didn't even care enough to treat me as a friend. Instead, he made an empath's bigger fear come true, that is, if I open myself up and show that I have needs, I will be abandoned. We hope this channel has helped you discover where to start on your actual paths. It's a good karma to put a like, subscribe and share. Leave your suggestion in the field below. With all the love to you.